Do you ever feel like you're a rather complex human just doing the best that you can on this rock we call Earth, in this journey we call life, and really struggling to understand what it's all about? And feeling like you're always chasing that evidence that you're enough. So if you feel like you're always looking for ways to prove that you're valued, that you're loved, that you're successful, it could be that you are stuck in a pattern, the same pattern that I was stuck in for a long time. We don't know that we're stuck in this pattern because that's the sneaky thing about patterns, is we don't see them. But if you actually get the ability just to stand back and just notice what is it that you're doing, a lot will become obvious to you. So my pattern, and I'm guessing that maybe you might have one kind of similar, if not identical, is that my value and my worth and the indicator of my success is always determined by what I'm doing. So I would always be in pursuit of something more, working hard to achieve, because it's the achievements that actually gave me that sense of, yeah, I did good. So having that idle time is really scary because there's no achievement in that. We're always chasing. We're always looking at what we need to do tomorrow, what we need to do to get the bills paid next week, what we need to do to ensure our future at the end of the month, where we're going. Are we on track to get there? And it's exhausting. It is so exhausting. And it's like we're always running on this treadmill, trying to catch up to that elusive place where we will think, fuck yeah, I made it. But we never seem to get there. And why is that? Well, let me tell you about what I discovered about me, and maybe you might get something from that. And that is that I was so focused on the future that I completely disregarded the now. So I was always working toward something. I always had a goal in mind. And goals are good, but they were my sole focus. I had to achieve. I had to amount to something. I had to prove myself. But I never, ever actually valued now. So when we actually sit back and think about that, suddenly it becomes clear as to why we are always pushing, why we are always struggling, why life seems like such hard work, because the future doesn't exist. All we have is a collection of nows. And if we're not valuing our now, that's all we've got. So that's why we're always chasing. We are looking for something that cannot exist. We are looking for something that is outside of us, rather than actually just allowing the now. So my challenge to you is to actually stop, to actually do less, to acknowledge now and do something in this moment that will make your now meaningful, will fill your cup. So this morning, I would normally come into the office early if I had a free morning, catch up on some stuff, build on some stuff, set some goals, but I didn't. I actually had the most delightful few hours with a gorgeous friend of mine, and we got a coffee and we went for a couple of walks around the local big swamp here. If you're not from Bunbury, it's this most amazing catchment of water, which has personalities of birds all around it. And there's a beautiful walkway all the way around, and it takes about about 25 minutes to do a lap at a nice slow pace. And as you go, you see the ducks and their baby ducks, and you see the swans with their baby swans. You can see all the little personalities. You walk past people who are off enjoying the space for themselves. And we just talked. And it was a most amazing now. And even though I wasn't contacting clients and making goals and securing my future, it was the most wonderful now. And what it does is it fills our cup. It fills that cup of now, which makes doing what I want to do to secure my future so much easier, because I have that clarity, have that drive, and I've filled up so many of those personal needs about getting out into nature, taking some downtime, breathing fresh air, having amazing conversation, real connection. And in that now, I had connection with other people, had connection with myself, had connection with nature, had connection with clarity. So what are you doing in your now? Are you worrying about things? Are you stressing about whether you can do this? Are you got thoughts going around in your head about what others are thinking of you? Are you lamenting on how you are less than? How are you spending your now? Choose wisely. Choose wisely, because really, the past is gone. The future doesn't exist. And the now is all you've got. Maybe the way to be enough, the way to be successful, the way to be connected to you is to actually stop looking ahead and look to the now. I'd love to know, what are you doing right now that is filling your cup?